Hi guys, welcome to Xcom 2 Modded. We're modding it with Odds MODLIST Season 8 right now. He's playing it on Legendary if you want to watch that on YouTube. We're going to go the other way on it. We're going to see how easy it is. We'll play on Rookie, and we'll get our asses kicked big time because of the configuration settings. Even on easy, it's still going to be extremely difficult. Just a warning. Let's see. They're all here. I think there was 450 of them. Around 400. Including cosmetic ones. And there was two sets. There was the cosmetic set. And then there was the game set. So there was two sets to download. But it's got, I think it's got all the aliens too. World War Lost I like to use. Covert infiltrations in this. This is going to be interesting now. I didn't realize you put it in here. Good.
When I have customers come in and ask for something for memory, I recommend Prevagen.
Wow. A lot of cosmetic stuff in there. Okay.
I went once, and I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really worked so good for me. Makes my day. Prevagen. That store's covering your prescription.
Did I read this? Did I get eggs? Where are my keys?
I like starting at the skirmisher. Okay. Bounce around the point pool. Alters enemy spawning on main story missions. Excellent.
Draper Race has been delivering smoother, firmer, younger-looking skin for almost a decade.
Did you know that Race is America's #1 selling anti-aging body treatment system for dry, crepey skin? That's because it works, people.
I like the veteran soldiers in the beginning.
To reduce crepey-looking skin the very first time you use it. I just love my skin. I didn't know it before.
Okay.
And now there's the big news. We're introducing the Skin Revitalizing Tool, specially designed to amplify the power of
Excellent.
This is the Skin Revitalizing Tool. It is new and it is free. Yes, you love it.
I've heard to play without them on this list. That way the bosses show up on regular missions rather than on some missions, I believe. So normally I like to play them, but we'll keep them blank, and at the beginning of the game we'll have access to the weapons. We just gotta pay for them.
These two incredible bonuses are now together.
Frost bomb. I think the other one was that crossbow thing.
Don't wait. And all this, a $247 value for only $49.95 a month, plus free shipping.
If you're not wriggling in your young-looking soft, sexy skin, just switch out the bottles. Even if they use up an energy and we'll give you your money back.
This is a limited time offer that will not last. Scan the QR code, call, or go to creeperrace.com and order right now.
Microsoft might still be one of the Magnificent Seven, just not as magnificent despite earnings and revenues that beat street estimates, but yet another reminder that tech is losing a lot of fans big time today. What's in store tomorrow?
Dad is a legend, and his legendary moves might be passed down to you. Get Ancestry DNA and see which traits were inherited, where they came from, and who you share them with. Discover what makes you legendary with Ancestry DNA.
If you're shopping for a home, Realtor.com's Real Commute tool lets you find homes close to work, school, even grandma's house.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust.
To test the toughness of the three-row Kia Sorento X-Pro and the Kia Sorento Turbo Hybrid, we recreated some of the wettest springs, hottest summers, windiest falls, and coldest winters, all on one track. Through these three-row SUVs, with density and style. Kia, movement that inspires.
The majority of Americans want to see this. They want to see something. And the president is certainly wants to make sure that he is aware where majority of Americans. I will say.
They usually don't.
About this a little bit yesterday when we were in a gavel. A range of
It's usually do it or die type thing.
Elected officials have more support, for example, term limits, which is part of what they presented yesterday.
Outrider to Avenger. I have
A lot of people have support, but the president wants to do some changes to the Supreme Court, but apart from everyone, and certainly the rival coming back the Republican leader saying wants the same thing in the United States Senate. It's instrumental in the Biden campaign. This candidate over the court. Senator, always great to have you. First of all, on this, it seemed to be a Herculean attempt that's not going to succeed. No way this year with this president, right through next year, and so
So the question of Supreme Court ethics and transparency is one that just 2 years ago I introduced a bipartisan bill in the Senate with my colleague and friend, Senator Cornyn of Texas. It passed unanimously, and it was signed.
Increase the amount if you can.
That bill required all federal judges.
How much is in a bottle?
Justices to report on any stock transactions, any stock holdings in any businesses that might appear before them. Here we are just a few years later, and a similar bill on Supreme Court ethics and recusal and transparency.
I just need more of them. I don't wanna bother you.
That's because there's now been reporting that one justice, Justice Thomas, accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars of gifts, of travel, of hospitality, of physical assets, a trailer and a house that he never disclosed or reported, and then didn't recuse. I do think that
Senator, the ethics issue is something we're quite right. But this goes into term limits. This goes into.
It actually helps me immensely with my condition. Without it, I'd be detrimental.
The Constitution, this is one bigger than you originally came up with. This goes way
so yesterday, yesterday President Biden spoke to
Thinking
the
of me.
LWOTC library in Austin, Texas.
I'm a nobody. I swear to Christ, I am.
The Civil Rights Act. And in that context, yes, he made several proposals about the Supreme Court and ethics and recusal, about term limits for justices, a practice that is widely adopted, in fact, uniformly among other advanced democracies, and some other proposals. I was focusing on one where I have recently moved
People like me that don't belong.
and one where I think we could still take a vote this Congress and should take a vote this Congress.
We're born at the wrong time.
So let me
But
take a little bit of picture of your relationship with Biden. You were obviously concerned about this pile-on with him, or what appeared to be a pile-on. I don't know what was presented to the president to say that he had no chance and should step down. Still don't know the details. To be fair, the President Trump really never explained it in his speech. Was it that? Was it this issue where he was showing polls that him at the top of the ticket, the ticket and the down ticket candidates will lose, that had to do with his confidentiality to people that he was to come to? Was that what?
Look, Neil, I'm not going to get into private conversations I have with the president.
tell me in detail how this extra grave came about, because
That J.D. Vance and Donald Trump,
it's their idea that the reasoning why.
in some incredible
But
ways,
I have a hunch
to our standing in the world, to our
something
opportunity
is
and
ill.
prosperity and our security here at home, and that he endorsed his vice president, his trusted partner in everything that the Biden-Harris administration has gotten done in this term, and he trusts that she is the one best positioned to finish the job and to move forward. We here in the Senate, Neil, in just 2 days are going to vote on an important piece of tax legislation. It passed the House overwhelmingly, and it would continue some of those core Biden-Harris policies. A child tax credit that would help advantage families with children, and a small business tax credit that would help with innovation, investment in manufacturing equipment, in research and development. My hope is that if Republicans here in the Senate are pro-family and pro-growth, that they will join Democrats in voting for this important piece of tax legislation.
It sounds a little upset there about the way that treating the president. To others, it looks like a quick switcheroo to do better in the general election, but that there's not a lot of loyalty in this party, and that you have a bad poll of that debate. I know this debate was particularly bad. You could be thrown out on your hiney. Democrats don't have much loyalty for each other. Well, I would disagree. Do you feel the same way that the party was fair to the president? Because literally hours before this move, the president was saying he was going to run.
Officers seem more capable.
So, Neil, the outpouring of affection and support for our president, the number of members of Congress and longtime supporters, Delawareans and world leaders who've reached out to him, many of whom have reached out to me to express gratitude for his service, his lifetime of service, and for the important dinners that he's made.
You've been about it, so was he upset about it? Were you upset about it?
Neil, I was with him yesterday. He is looking forward. Part of the point of the speech he delivered in Austin yesterday was to lay the foundation for what he intends to do, both in the last 6 months of his presidency and after the presidency. And the other thing he did yesterday is just a reminder of Joe Biden's spirit and personality. After we went to Austin, he flew to Houston to pay his respects for a member of Congress who recently passed.
Fuck. Chauvin didn't come forward. They're going back.
Knowing there wasn't any political upside, might have made a brief appearance. President Biden went and spent 45 minutes with the family, even though it was 10 o'clock at night, and we didn't get back to Washington till well after 1 a.m. One of the things I've always admired about Joe Biden is his compassion, his commitment to others, his grace. And so I spent the day with him yesterday. He is optimistic about the future. He is supporting Kamala Harris for president.
That you think the party returned that compassion and grace? The rap is no. It looks kind of benign and optimistic.
Well, many of us who support Joe Biden as our president and
True.
look forward to his leadership in our party at the convention this fall and next year and into the future are looking forward to demonstrating just how much we respect and admire our accomplished president, who's done so much on the world stage and here at home for America, for our middle class, and for our security.
Loyal friend, and that is an understatement. Chris, thank you for listening. We'll have a lot more after this, including waiting for the Fed and what it might do to bonds. Some say that rates has really.
Rory never thought she would leave her country. Then one day, she did. You were made to chase your passions. We were made to light up our country.
But I saw my gutters overflowing.
These filters are so you never have to worry about costly gas or better.
Nice shot.
Call 833-WeFilter today or visit WeFilter.com.
Type 2 diabetes. Discover the Ozempic Trisome. I got the power of 3. My A1C, CV risk, and lost weight. In settings that are truly reached in A1C under 7 and maintained. I'm under 7. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events, stroke, heart attack, or death. In adults, also the heart disease. I'm lowering my risk. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or babies with us. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. It leads to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
That's not the power of 3, Melissa. I'm Brian Gary, and today we're talking about the biggest misconception that is about replacement windows. I'm here with Ted Coons, the project manager for Renewable Energy, to talk about it.
Yeah, one of the big things with this homeowners is I shouldn't need to replace my windows. They're just not that old. Here's the thing. Homebuilders put in high-end kitchens, bathrooms, low-end windows. Just aren't that good. So even if your windows are only 7 to 10 years old, they may still need to be replaced.
So there's so many window companies out there. What's different about your
Well, besides being full-service replacements in the division and the other companies people tend to call when they're particular about their home. They don't want this any old window, any old install.
So your standards for installers are pretty high, right?
And you can have the best window in the world. If it's not installed correctly, it's going to fail. So we don't hire these jack-of-all-trades installers with the gutters side and inside. Our window installation teams do our windows year in and year out. We've done thousands.
Anytime a homeowner has to deal with multiple home improvement companies, they get stuck in a
Nice name.
Yeah, with other companies, there's an issue. The manufacturer blames the installer blames the manufacturer. With us, there's no big reporting or blaming each other. We're both the installer and the manufacturer.
Good. Is it easy for a homeowner to get a price?
Very easy. We'll come out to your house, we'll assess your current patio door with windows, and then we'll give you an exact price. That's good for an entire year. So that's great information. Thank you.
Or July 31st. Buy one window, patio door, or entry door, and get the next one 40% off. That's 40% off with a minimum purchase of 4. Our financing can help make this project more affordable with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer ends July 31st. For a free appointment with Renewal by Anderson, call 1-800-704-4200.
Isolated, depressed, and embarrassed. That's how it felt to live with bladder and bowel incontinence. But that changed when my urologist told me about Xcom therapy, a long-lasting solution that has really changed my life. This is not another drug, and it works. Visit findrealrelief.com to arrange an appointment with an expert physician to determine if Xcom therapy is right for you. Results and experiences may vary. Stop suffering.
Oh, forget Donald, the guy who's really paying attention to these days, especially tomorrow around 2 p.m. Jerome Powell, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, wrapping up a 2-day meeting at which it is the safest possible, highly likely that we can see rates cut. There's a growing camp of folks that think the sooner the better. I don't know where Gary Kaplan stands in that, but the market maestro kind enough to join us. Gary, what do you think that? I think people like Alan Montbliner and some of the others, the former vice chair of the Fed, made a compelling argument that we should start the cuts now. What do you think?
I would, and it's a simple reason why. I'm a big believer you have to be in line with the free market. And with the Fed on the low end at 5.25% on Fed funds is what banks do with each other on deposits and lending, and the free market, the 10-year yield down is 4.14. You've got room to drop a 0.5% and be in fine shape. So I would tomorrow, and the reason also is because the next meeting is right before the election, and you don't want to look.
Excellent.
Do you?
Well, maybe tomorrow, do just that.
You're farther away from the election, though, and again, you have room because the market's telling you so. Once you get closer to the election, the next meeting is right before the election. So I feel the more, I'm not in here, so I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but I think tomorrow, I do believe has a chance.
What's going on with economic stocks? The new leading
Neil, I have said to you that the concentration of technology versus the rest of the market has been beyond the beyond. So we are 6 stocks made up 30% of the S&P. Think of that. And 8 stocks, almost 50% of the NASDAQ 100. And how do you get there? You get very overowned by the institutional crowd because they're greedy as it goes up. But when it starts going down, they start thinking about the fear side, and it tends to feed on itself, and that's what you're getting right now. And you're also getting a little bit of disappointment with some names that have been reporting, meaning the expectations are in the trees, and if you don't hit the trees,
come down, and that's what's happening to Microsoft also after the phone guys.
By spreading the
Right,
word of
because
our
it easily
soldiers' exploits in combat,
just like last week in the alphabet of the same deal. I'm wondering, is it just that we built such stellar, expectations into these guys that if they don't go stellar, we go in.
We should keep looking for more
Microsoft
recruits,
driver of their stock price, in my opinion, for the last year has been cloud, because they've been beating the pants off of the number every time, every quarter. This time, they met expectations, and right now that's not good enough. But when you have a whole sector on the defensive, it just feeds into itself. The only good news is near term, I think it's very oversold. NASDAQ, I think, down 10% since July 11th, so maybe down. But I think trends in for right now, and I just be a little bit careful and let it find its low. And I think there's going to be a little bit more time and price. Though we have 3 more coming out this week that I think make up about 15% of the S&P.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it very closely. Gary Buffalo, thank you very much. I want to zoom in on kind of restaurant in Atlanta. So let's see if we can hear anything.
we could probably use this space for new facilities. Excavation is underway, Commander.
Start with the resistance, right?
We'll start work on the new facility right away, Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running. Commander, to the research lab.
Yeah, it looks like she's with the 2 Democratic senators from Georgia. I don't know the rest of it. For my money, I would be going to the North. Great hamburger.
The same can be said for the rest of the aliens technology. Dr. Richard Tyke,
She, of course, tweeted that later on
I am
tonight. But it was the
responsible for
same
the
venue
entirety of our
that we
research,
understand.
as well as the procedure which so recently went. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you. Found something while removing it from the alien station. A device implanted directly in your artificial lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure, adjunct would already know the precise nature of the problem. However, given time and approval, I assure you,
Well, you
I will
definitely do this
find
as
out
it relates.
which brings to light an additional.
I like it, my daughter still thinks, but sometimes I can't help to the brain gets that. So I use her.
Your last clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days.
Now I can feel the difference with Nervine.
What's the greatest invention of all time?
I never told you about the cat.
Just slip in and they're on. It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn, so your foot slides into place without bending down or touching your shoes. They have the heel pillow technology, comfy and secure, hands-free Skechers slip.
Research be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
Settles really is now on. Visit settles.com or call 1-800-SETTLES.
I have to admit, I really like this game. Mods make it even better because they work. If you get a nice collection of mods, I should say they work a little bit better. The reason why I went for Odd's mod list because he went through it like a fine-tooth comb.
It's unlimited premium wireless for $15 monthly. Honestly, when I started this, I thought I wanted to do like 4. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? So I shouldn't be victim. It's still $50 a month. I got that production value.
I know he would love
Florida's one-on-one with Donald Trump, Part 2. From foreign policy to inflation to the Democratic Party.
Never think about this.
Don't must see tonight on the April.
might not look it, but in here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Watch. Play inside the box.
You'd be surprised how big of a difference some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies,
Here they are.
I can manufacture anything we need in no time. Incoming transmission. Tiger seems to have a habit of scratching that scar on the back of his head. I wonder if anyone made sure his tooth was actually removed.
Commander, each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. If they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow, can eventually develop into a lasting bond. Propaganda never looked so pretty.
Because people don't believe you can interact with them. People need to be held responsible, in fact, lose their job. When a former president is shot, when an American is killed, when other rally goers, innocent people who just showed up on the day, when they are shot.
It's a nice weapon you got there.
Protocol violation, privation, you should revise your protocols.
One of my first actions as acting director was traveling to the Baldurs farm show site. What I saw made me ashamed. As a career law enforcement officer and a 25-year veteran with the Secret Service, I cannot defend why that roof was not better secured.
It is what it is, and the investigations go on. And another Senate ruling today for acting Secret Service Director David Scott has more from Washington. David.
I nailed 2 committees, 1 hearing, and a lot of angry Republicans and Democrats. Senators grilled both the acting Secret Service Director and the Deputy FBI Director. This comes a week to the day after former Secret Service Director Tim Cheadle resigned.
Bust out some combat protocol for the robots.
That somebody has failed. The former president was shot.
Sir, this could have been our Texas school book depository. I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days.
Neil, unlike last week, we did get some more substantive answers today. Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe and Deputy FBI Director Paul Bates took different questions. Rowe was thrilled about how a 20-year-old with a gun was able to take a clear shot of the former president on July 13th. He told the committee he personally went last week to the scene of the crime.
I went to the roof of the ATR building where the assailant fired shots, and I laid in a prone position to evaluate his line of sight. What I saw made me ashamed. As a career law enforcement officer and a 25-year veteran with the Secret Service, I cannot defend why that roof was not better secured.
Rowe told senators people will likely be fired once the disciplinary investigation is complete. After the investigation into the shooter itself, that's the FBI's job. The Bureau has yet to identify a motive. Still, Neil, and agents are trying to figure out how Crooks got that gun on the roof. Do you believe he likely had it in the backpack?
Broken down in the backpack.
We're still assessing that. Our laboratory has taken it, looked at the rifle itself and measured that against the backpack itself.
It's notable, Neil, this will likely be the last congressional
It's interesting.
on this topic until September, after Congress is back from the August recess, but a much more substantive session today, even though senators claim they still did not get the answers. They're looking for all of those answers, but they say it was a step in the right direction.
David Spunk, thank you very much. The implications of this investigation.
It's weird. It's a weird ability.
On Medicare, have diabetes? With the Freestyle Libre 3 system, no finger sticks in the covered by Medicare, with no people managing diabetes with insulin. Visit freestylelibre.us/Medicare.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. I'm climbing Tina at a cabin.
Or trip climbing Tina at a beach resort.
Nice. Booking.com, booking time, yeah.
The day you get your clear choice dental implants changes your struggle with missing teeth forever. It changes how you eat, how you feel, and how you enjoy life. It changes your smile, and how others smile at you. Clear Choice Network doctors have changed over 100,000 lives with dental implants, and they can change yours too. Because a Clear Choice day changes every day. Schedule a free consultation.
Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time for a fresh approach to pet food. Develop the best, made from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog and delivered right to your door. It's smarter, healthier pet food.
To me, home is home. But home is also your body. I ask myself, why Why did you apply to this car? So, I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help and you can't think without it.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials. The Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, Chase for Business. Make more from what's yours.
It's been the clock. Let's do this. Everything. Karen, what? I've been standing in front of Mr. Dugan for years. I'm expected.
Not anymore. Mr. Dugan's been taking relief factor.
Relief factor!
Keep pain away from good with Relief Factor, a natural supplement that takes a different approach to pain relief. It doesn't mask pain. It builds up your body's response to inflammation, so pain won't get in. Call or go online today and live your best life without pain.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today. Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base. That's what my grandpa used to play. In our hearing, we couldn't allow us to use a regular phone. It made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends.
Clear captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on the phone, like captioning on your TV, so you can see what the caller is saying live as they say it.
Making it easy to understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Caption service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you. Call 1-800-690-1802. That's 1-800-690-1802.
They had the dream. They had the idea. They never stopped trying to publicize it. Good enough was not good enough for them.
What more could you want?
American Dynasty streaming now on Fox Nation.
Well, one thing that was loud and clear in the back and forth was the lack of communication among the police, Secret Service, other authorities at this venue where Donald Trump came very close to losing his life. Nicole Parker, on the significance of that, the former FBI special agent, Fox News contributor. Nicole, you've always reminded me that this is a common theme in some of our more horrific disasters. 9/11 comes to mind, where the official agencies are not talking to each other.
This is clearly problematic, and it is nothing new. I have responded to scenes with multiple law enforcement agencies. The Parkland school shooting comes to mind as one of them. You know, interagency, they cannot communicate. Radio frequencies are not shared, and connectivity issues are always a problem. And the technology model that's being used right now from law enforcement is severely outdated. They need to invest in some serious technology to solve these problems. There are means and ways that this can be solved, and I think that across the board, this was a colossal failure of technology. The drone, the U.S. Secret Service drone, they didn't even use a drone. They were offered one by the local law enforcement. They declined it, and they couldn't use their drone, but yet the shooter, his drone worked perfectly. Why is that? That's totally unacceptable. That is not okay. And I think it's not just communication problems with the technology, but in between the agencies. You know, you had Secret Service thinking that they delegated a responsibility to the locals, and they didn't feel like the locals, you know, stepped up to the line in providing the coverage that they thought that they were getting. They made assumptions, oh, well, we assumed that the locals were going to do that. That's a communication failure by the Secret Service. That is their job. They are the ones in charge of the scene at the end of the day, and they should have checked and said, hey, what are you doing to cover that route? We're not providing coverage. What are you doing to provide coverage? So it's a technological.
You can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion.
Communication issues, texting that we're not being communicated to the man post. It's awful, and people are not dead. You know, we have a dead civilian. It's not happening again.
Right on all counts. Nicole, thank you very much. The 5 is
Hello, everyone. I'm Judge Janine Pirro, along with Jessica Tarlow, Jesse Waters, Dana Carino, and Cyrus. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is the 5. Kamala Harris's campaign I knew would be coming to an end. Democrat enthusiasm is starting to fizzle out, and the attacks are ramping up. And strategists are warning the BP to brace for impact. Republicans are going to try to introduce her on their terms. I don't blame them. I do the same thing. And she's going to have to get good fast. That's all I can say. And I'm not very giddy about this. I'm not cocky at all. We're the top election ahead of us. She's going to get sorted. They're coming out. They're coming. And this is just part of it. No different than it was any other time.
The Trump campaign already hammering Kamala's failures at the southern border with this new ad in key swing states.
You haven't been to the border.
I haven't been to Europe. I don't understand the point that you're making.
Kamala Harris failed. Dangerous liberal.
And Donald Trump himself says taking on Harris will be a piece of cake.
I would rather run against her than him. I think she's easier than he is.
That Ranger looks good.
I always felt he was incompetent, but he had a certain base. And no matter how bad he was, people were going to vote for him. Because she doesn't have that base.
Those attacks not sitting well with the liberal media. The New York Times wants the best of those worlds when it comes to digging up dirt on candidates, complaining that Kamala can't seem to shake her progressive past, all the while keeping J.D. Vance under a microscope. Others in the media would rather just move on from Kamala's radical record.
We don't have to focus on the history of who Kamala Harris is. We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about these specific things. We have to tell people what she's going to do for them.
I also know it was pretty long ago. Before that, since then, we've had an entire administration that people have got a chance to see her work.
All right, Jesse, isn't it ironic coming from the left, coming from the people whose only focus is January 6th and Russian collusion, that they don't want to focus on Kamala's past?
No, but we will.
Incoming transmission.
Kamala's got that new car smell. The judge is still a Honda Civic. And that'll wear off as Trump exposes her for what she is. She is a San Francisco extremist. And you already see him dissecting her. Apparently she...
I like using this too as part of the game Enemy Bestiary. So it's a DLC you download, UFOpedia. It's all about Xcom enemies. So Wikipedia on it as well.
Did I just inflate my black heritage? I'm sorry. She is, for Obama, she's nice. She's for decriminalizing border crossings. She was for the Green New Deal, which I think is one of the flatulence. This woman is so nuts, not because she has to become a governor, but she has to become the Biden terrorist record, which is even worse. They put her in charge of the border. Screw that up. They put her in charge of the voting bill. Didn't get that passed. He served in Munich for warning people not to invade. 5 days later, he invaded. I mean, she didn't invent the internet like Al Gore did, but she has not had the greatest tenure as vice president. In her entire career, she's had things handed to her. She didn't really run competitive races in California. That's a machine politics town. You just basically have to maneuver yourself up the ladder there. Anytime she's in any competition, she hasn't really done well, and you can't trust this woman. Because then all these positions she had 4 years ago, she said, oh, they're all lies. I was just lying. Never mind. And she hid Biden's conditions for 4 years, so you can't trust her. She's a radical lunatic from San Francisco that the lobbyists are going to prey upon, the generals are going to control, and the media is just going to shower with praise. She's not as serious and everyone who's ever worked for her quit.
Yeah, Jessica, what Jesse says is certainly accurate, but how does a politician... Politician who is less popular than Joe Biden.
Commander, so far these skirmishers have been true to their word. Their operative has just relayed the coordinates of their acting headquarters here. Considering their history is a big step for them.
She's the
It would be
candidate.
worth spending some time here to investigate the area and meet their leaders, Beto.
What do you think is going on? Because there are people who are genuinely excited about Kamala Harris, and then there are also people who would be happy with generic D. Remember, we've seen all these polls over months where Donald Trump versus generic Democrat, and this was part of why people tried to force Joe Biden out. They said,
A generic Democrat is running 8 to 10 points ahead of Joe Biden.
Commander, one of our
And Kamala
resistance
Harris
contacts just tipped us off to a
has
site
just
that may be worth
begun.
investigating.
She's going to need to answer for these things, and I frankly think she should just get in front of it. Do a big interview and say, play me all the clips. Show me everything I said, and I will explain to you how I can differently govern for 4 years. I have been part of the Biden-Harris administration. This is why my mind has been changed about X policy relating to the border. Medicare for all. These are lofty ideals. In practice, progress is slow but certain, and you can only do little things. So the James Carville interview, and Carville does know what he's talking about. And listening to these people who actually won big campaigns, I think, is smart. But I haven't seen anyone acting as if we're not the underdogs. Even with all of this polling that has her, she's up in the swing states now, she's within the margin of error or not ahead, or ahead in national polls. We know that this is a tough mountain to climb, but people are joyful about it now. Democrats feel inspired, and that can take us to November 5th and win us the election.
You know, Dana, she certainly has the momentum now, but when the honeymoon period is over, she's going to have to answer the questions like, why did you hide the decline of Joe Biden? Why did you come out and say he's the most energetic guy? I mean, that was a flat-out lie.
That's what I was going to say. If Kamala Harris was doing what Jessica just suggested, which is to do an interview and say, I'll sit here until you play all the clips and answer all of them, I would watch all of that, and I would be amazed if she did well. But if she, because right now, maybe she would do great, but right now, the positions have been reversed by staff members of hers who won't put their names on it, but they're basically just getting the media to write that she's reversing her position on fracking, on the mandatory gun buyback, on decriminalizing illegal border crossings, etc. So I do think it's interesting that the default position of her staff, perhaps at her direction, is to erase everything she's ever said or believed. But the point about her being complicit in the cover-up of Biden's health, it's interesting how much that is resonating. And I'm just paying attention to Democrats who are looking at this with an eye of like, wow, what are the vulnerabilities of Kamala Harris? Because she's on this, it reminds me of the honeymoon that the kings and queens used to go on for like 6 months. And they would go and they'd go all over the world and it would last forever rather than like just a week-long honeymoon here. This is going to be a while. She has 100 days, about the perfect amount of time for her, right? So she's the benefit of a really good timing. I don't know if she'll be able to get through the next 100 days with totally unscathed. And the ads that Dave McCormick put out using her own words against her, and then Trump followed up with another one today. The tapes exist. So if she were to answer all those, I would love it. I'm happy to put on America's Newsroom.
But the truth is, Tyrus, she is not going to separate herself from the Biden policy.
She doesn't have to. Why are we doing this? I mean, we listen to dear, sweet, my African brother Jesse over there lay it out for us so well, but there is no honeymoon. Okay, let's stop with the honeymoon talk. But the left media is saying it's a honeymoon. If it's a honeymoon, it's like prima nocta. Okay, it's been married. Look it up.
Commander,
but
we're going to win this war. We need to take every chance we get to fight back.
It doesn't matter
We
because
have to be
Trump
ready
is
to
not
engage the enemy during unpredictable situations. It requires special planning and preparation.
That's all this is about. Trump has to be Trump. He has to have moments where he untrumps himself. He's got to pull back. Call it your names, they want that. They want the bloodbath. They want him to come up and because guess what? We'll all be laughing and we'll be hashtagging. But half the country that works for Lily is going to be like, why are you just stick to policy. And this should be the opening statement. Kamala Harris was part of a conspiracy to mislead the American people that Joe Biden...
Except the loss in this mission should be interesting. We'll save it just in case.
He had a counsel come out and said that he's unfit to stand trial. And her statement was, I can't keep up with it. Hold to that. You can't keep up with a man with dementia. You can't hold trial. And it doesn't matter. Those are the facts. She's a part of it. Don't engage. Stay back. The new campaign needs to be, that's it. Not make America great. Just wait back on the plan because there is no honeymoon. It's just they're telling us honeymoon, but no one feels like it's a honeymoon. If it's a honeymoon, then great. The first rally should be Trump-like. It should be full of all these people inside it. 200,000 people, lines along the street.
Tonight would make the stallion. Look like that in Atlanta.
Make it 3 stallions.
Yeah,
Three. All right. Coming up, the new Secret Service chief in the hot seat for an explosive hearing on Capitol Hill.
Oops.
I know this might seem out of the blue, but I was wondering if you might trade with me real quick. Lord, you know what's how it works. You know where we struggle. You know where we need to be pushed. Help us give it all to you. The good, the bad. Help us turn to you in everything we do. I invite you to join me in prayer on hell.
Can't believe I got the weapon that the enemy uses for the fire. Cool.
Fortunately, in only a few minutes, select Lockdown John a $500,000 policy for only $29.
The immolator fire thing.
$500,000 policy for only $21 a month. Go to selectquote.com now and get the insurance your family needs
At a price you can afford. Select Quote. Be sharp. You save.
All these games under their TV and no satellite on the board. Think about this. Blue Jays, Cardinals, Orioles. What's this? Yeah, you're talking. No one, right? Pigeons. Hey, Mama, they were here at the top.
Set up a data tab on the offense network for an access point in this
So why don't you ask your big sister and it's more up there?
That's Tracy. Picked up on the signal and are moving
I guess we're looking at the ones you see.
Ooh, and who's you?
move in and
How many
eliminate
people?
hostile
How many
forces
people?
threatening
If you're like I was, you're tired of worn-out plastic mats under your office chair. They dent and crack, and they're uncomfortable to roll on. I found a premium alternative, a glass chair by Vitraza. I liked it so much, I bought the company. I'm George Pardo, president of Vitraza. Our glass chair mats are made of super strong glass and protected with a nanotech coating, so you'll always get a smooth, easy glide. And they're beautiful. Tired of replacing plastic? I promise this is the last chair mat you'll need. And we give you a lifetime warranty. Comfort, style, durability. The Vitraza glass chair mat will completely transform your workspace. Home office or office office.
Let's save this.
And we ship free to anywhere in the lower 48. Get the look you deserve. I invite you to shop online at Vitraza.com. Use promo code TV and save.
I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip, alright? Peace. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a good one.